Top 10 luxury hotels in the world. 1. La Mamounia, Marrakech, Morocco. There's a very particular effect exerted by La Mamounia, which seems to take hold the moment you head up the green-tiled steps to this most bohemian of brandy's dames. Upon seeing La Mamounia's faded pink walls, Churchill was wont to ditch the suit and pick up his watercolor brushes. Paul McCartney wrote Mamounia, meaning safe haven in Arabic, during a 1973 stay, and Hitchcock, who filmed The Man Who Knew Too Much Here, got his inspiration for the birds from some overzealous finches on a Jordan-facing balcony. 2. Grootbos Private Nature Reserve, Gansbaai, South Africa. For a long time, lodges in South Africa tended to be geared toward the Big Five. Grootbos, on the Fynbos slopes near Walker Bay, south of Cape Town, is different. This 6,177-acre private reserve is about treasuring the smaller, finer things, with 889 plant species, 7 of which are newly discovered. It is first and foremost a rare botanical treasure trove, in which owner Michael Lutzire has employed some of the Cape's leading botanists and entomologists. 3. Qasr Al Sarab Desert Resort by Anantara, Liwa Desert, United Arab Emirates. Deep within Abu Dhabi's remote empty quarter, Qasr Al Sarab materializes from the sands like a fever dream. The fort-like compound, with its crenellated walls, false watchtowers, and horseshoe arches, emerges at the end of a slick ribbon of tarmac that snakes through dunes the color of Earl Grey tea. Date palms shade its formidable perimeter, while small canals modeled on ancient Arabian phallage irrigation systems carry cooling water between courtyards. 4. Four Seasons Resort Dubai at Jumeirah Beach. There aren't too many places that can offer a true beach and city break, but this elegant compound on Jumeirah's crisp white shores manages to feel like part of Dubai, while also being gently removed from it. Mostly, the hotel sits on the serene side of Middle Eastern opulence, with marble, Murano chandeliers, and gold leaf ceilings cut through with calming earthy tones inspired by the desert and Arabian Gulf. Staff around the curving, shadow-draped lagoon pools seem ever ready with citrus shooters and blueberry muffins, and there's often a procession of couples heading toward the orb-like sculpture by the beach, firelit as the sun goes down. 5. Liwa Wilderness, Kenya. Within a few hours of beginning my first game drive at Liwa Wilderness, a safari lodge and conservancy near the foot of Mount Kenya, I had seen all the animals in the Big Six. As my preternaturally chill guide Johnson Gillishow called them, the usual Big Five of buffalo, elephant, lion, leopard, and rhino, plus a cheetah sunning itself on a termite mound. I had also seen a large antelope called an eland, a waterbuck, and several endangered gravy zebras, whose numbers here constitute 7. Songtsam Lhasa Linka, Tibet. If I'm being honest, the main reason I went to the Tibetan town of Lhasa was to stay at the spectacular Songtsam Lhasa Linka. This sprawling complex, which clings to the hillside in pockets of stone and lime slurry, feels particularly suited to its surroundings, no doubt thanks to the hotel group's zealous site selection process. The location of each property is carefully staked out before one is chosen. The Songtsam Shangri-La Village, almost 100 miles east, sits on the grounds where the house of Bvlgari, Songtsam Group's founder, once stood. And even then, it took nearly 2 years to manifest this mountain compound. For its construction, the brand tapped the craftsmen who helped to restore the neighboring Potala Palace, a magnificent 17th century fortress, using some of the same techniques and materials. 8. Bvlgari Hotel Beijing. There aren't many cities as intense as Beijing, with its ring roads like clogged arteries. Even its imperial core, the Forbidden City, the Temple of Heaven, the drum and bell towers, hums with frantic life. I've always found it a city to attack and then retreat from, which is what makes the Bvlgari Hotel such a joy. Hugging the Lang River, gently removed from the embassies and expat buzz of Sanlitun, it spills onto a manicured garden by Swiss landscape designer Enzo Enne, a bit of soft green zen in a city of so many grays. Inside there are Asian nods, but mostly a certain luxuriant sleekness. 9. Mandarin Oriental, Hong Kong. When I was a child, my mother would take me for afternoon tea at the Mandarin Oriental as a treat. We would sit in the Clipper Lounge on the mezzanine floor overlooking the lobby, smearing rose petal jam on plump scones delivered by waiters in white tunics, all amid a caravanserai of taipans and politicians, celebrities and royals, tourists and Cheongsam-clad ladies. 40 years later, I continue the ritual with my niece. The Mandarin, as it's affectionately known to all who've stayed, is an institution, not the stale and stuffy kind. No, this hotel has always been fun, a celebration of Hong Kong's unique identity, a place that zips along with the same energy as the horses that gallop around the Happy Valley racecourse. And not even 20 months of border closures have slowed its pace. There's a terrific new bar, the Aubrey, an izakaya that pokes gentle fun at the 19th century European trend for Japanism, with its wonderfully opulent design. Dark wood paneling, jewel-toned velvets, walls of gilt-framed paintings, and trailing ferns above a puzzle of snugs and banquets. 10. Soneva Fushi, Kunfunadhoo Island, Maldives. The things that bring you here are never the ones you remember most after you leave. So not the slide that whooshes from the top floor of your overwater villa straight into the Indian Ocean, or the ice cream room, or the floating breakfast in your private pool. Of course, they're fantastic, but the elements that draw people back to Soneva year after year, despite the steady stream of Maldives openings, seem significantly less sexy on Instagram. First, there's the foliage. There's as much tropical greenery as there is the unending expanse of blue sky and sea. Then there are the little discoveries you make as you cycle to breakfast, such as the rabbits who come out for scraps and sit in the sand at your feet. Even more unforgettable is Soneva's commitment to sustainability, which started way before it became a buzzword. Today, 90% of the island's waste is recycled or reused. For every celebrity you will spot here, and you will, there are artists, sculptors, chefs, and jewelers who are invited to transform discarded cans or kitchen scraps into works of wonder. What do you think about